Home prices are going down, rent prices are going up, and interest rates are going up. Yet, Los Angeles real estate is showing no signs of slowing down. This market is absolutely crazy. Let's get into it. Hi, welcome to my channel, Living in Los Angeles. My name is Theus. I'm a local real estate broker right here in the city of Los Angeles, and my passion is helping folks just like you learn everything there is to learn about living in the city of LA. Now, if you're someone that's interested in diving into the real estate market here in Los Angeles and you want to come up with a plan, then I highly advise you to go ahead and schedule a Zoom call. We'll hop on the call, we'll discuss your situation, and we'll come up with a strategic plan that'll allow you and your family to have a smooth transition on your move here to Los Angeles. Now, these numbers this month are absolutely crazy, and I can't wait to get into it. Let's go. So as we break down these numbers, we'll be discussing a few categories in this video today. First, we'll be looking at Los Angeles County as a whole and how the real estate market here has been performing compared to last year. Then the three housing categories that we'll get into will be the rental market, we'll look at the condominium market, and then we'll get into single family homes. Now, as you know, Los Angeles is a huge city and it's made up of over 200 small neighborhoods. So for the purpose of this video, we'll be covering 5 of those neighborhoods. We'll be looking at Santa Monica, Culver City, West Hollywood, Inglewood, and downtown Los Angeles. Now, before we get into the numbers, we have to talk about interest rates. Now, last month in the third week of July, the Fed made a decision to raise the federal rate about 25 basis points, bringing it to some of the highest levels we've seen the interest rate be at since about the year 2001. Now, Chairman Powell said the reason that they decided to do this because as they look at their favorite indicator, which is the consumer price index, the indicator shows that inflation has been growing by about 4% year over year, and the target for the Fed is about 2% year over year. So we still have a really long ways to go in the fight that we have against inflation right now in this country. So that definitely means that we might even see some additional rate hikes as the year progresses. And it's most likely that we're going to see at least one more rate hike before the end of this year. Now, this information is very important for you. Interest rates play a huge factor in the real estate market. Mortgage interest rates determine when you're buying a new home how affordable the home is going to be. When interest rates are really high, homes are less affordable, which causes demand for homes to go down. Now, as demand for purchasing homes has slightly gone down because it's less affordable, what we have seen is that the demand for renting homes and leasing homes in Los Angeles has gone up, and that is reflected in the price. Now let's take a look at the first graph that we have here. Now this data is from the Los Angeles MLS board, and this right here shows us the median price since 2021. It shows us the lease value, and it shows us the number of leases that have been taken since 2021. So if you look here, you can see in 2021, the median price for rent in Los Angeles was about $33.50 a month, right? It rose up to $4,000 per month in the year 2022. And now here at the end of second quarter of 2023, we're sitting at about $42.75 per month as the median price for renting a home here in the city of Los Angeles. Now, as you can see over the years, the volume has slightly gone down as well too. So it's not as many people renting, but the prices have gone up, right? And that's due to affordability. And you can also see the number of leases has slightly gone down. So it went down dramatically from 2021 to 2022, and then it slightly, very slightly came up. So we leased about 50 more homes in 2023 than we did in the year 2022. Now that altogether shows that we've had in pricing, we've had a 6.88% increase from 2022 to 2023, and we've seen the actual number of leases go down by about 1.68% from 2022 to 2023. At the end of the day, it all boils down to affordability, right? So whatever's the most affordable is what you're going to see the most people gravitating towards when it comes to the real estate market. Now, because renting a home is the most affordable way to live in Los Angeles, you can see why the demand has gone up the most. And we're looking at a 6.88% increase over last year. Now, the second most affordable way to live in Los Angeles is to purchase a condo. Now, as we look at the condo graph here that we have, you can see it shows the medium price here for condos. It shows the sales value, and it shows the number of sold listings, or the number of condos that were sold between 2021 and 2023. So you can see right here that even though condos are also affected by the interest rate and they have become slightly less affordable, they're still more affordable than purchasing a single family home. And because of that, the demand has gone up because there's not a lot of supply here in Los Angeles from a housing standpoint. So right here, we have seen a 1.8% increase from 2022 to 2023. So in 2021, the median price for a condo in Los Angeles was about $728,000. We can see that in 2022, that number went up to about $805,000. And now at the end of second quarter of 2023, you're looking at $819,000 as the median price for a condo here in the city of Los Angeles. Now, this also shows you that the prices have gone up, but because we do have a supply issue here in Los Angeles, we don't have a ton of homes on the market, especially condos. Even though the actual volume has gone down, which you see represented here on these green bars. So you can see in 2021, it was about $1.7 billion in sales volume in condos. Then in 2022, it just slightly dropped, but we dropped quite a bit. We're down to about $1 billion ending the second quarter here in 2023. So that's a 38% decrease in sales volume in condos. And what that shows, that also translates over here to the number of condos sold. So in 2021, over 1,800 condos were sold. In 2022, 1,500, and we're ending second quarter right now here in Los Angeles County at only 977 condos are sold. So that definitely shows you that as the affordability becomes a little bit tougher, you're going to sell less units, but the prices are still going to go up because there is a supply issue here in Los Angeles. We don't have a ton of homes that are on the market. A lot of sellers are not putting their homes on the market. So you're still going to have prices slightly increase because of that. Okay, so now let's talk about single family homes, and we're going to go to the graph. Now, as you look at this graph over here, this shows us the median price, it shows us the sales value, and it shows us the sold listings like we looked at in the other markets. What you can see here is that in 2021, right, we were still participating in a lot of COVID protocols at that time. It was still a very highly competitive market at that time. And of course, interest rates were a lot lower than they are now. The median price for a house in 2021 was about $1.5 million. Then we see the very next year, that median price went all the way up to almost $1.8 million. And the reason why we saw that increase was because at this point, interest rates were at their absolute lowest at the beginning of 2022. So homes were at their most affordable point, right? So you could get a mortgage at a really low interest rate, which gave you a really low monthly payment. And because of that, that drove up the prices of homes because there was a lot more qualified buyers in the market, and they would compete. Almost every home that came in had several offers on it, and they would compete and drive the prices up. So we see the median price for a home here in Los Angeles County went all the way to almost $1.8 million. Now we're sitting here at the end of the second quarter in 2023, and you can see that that price has come down to $1.6 million for the median sales price here in Los Angeles. And that's because, like we talked about earlier, because interest rates are a lot higher, it makes purchasing a home a lot less affordable, which does cause demand to go down slightly. Now you can see here also the sales volume dramatically dropped from 2021 to 2022. And now in 2023, we've had a 41% decrease in sales value here in the Los Angeles real estate market. And you can see as far as the number of homes sold, we've had a 27% decrease. So we've had a almost 11% decrease and the median price go down. So we have seen prices come down more than 10%. And we've seen the volume from the sales come down significantly, 40%, and we've seen a 27% decrease in the number of homes that were sold here in Los Angeles. Now, it's really important to understand that when you're talking about single family homes and you're talking about all this data, you don't just look at Los Angeles County as a whole like we've done so far. You definitely want to take a look at the individual neighborhoods because they are affected differently. So in our next graph here, you can see this is what we call a heat map, all right? And so this shows you the different parts of Los Angeles and how each one of them, the median price has gone up or gone down. And now you see a lot of blue here because there's been a lot of decreases. There's only a couple of areas that are in the pink, which means that they've had between a 1% to a 10% increase. You see some of that in like Highland Park and downtown LA and things like that. Now, I want you guys to feel free to pause the video and take a look at this map so you can look at the area that's most important to you. And you can kind of see on this map and how everything is affected from an increase or a decrease compared to what neighborhood that you're actually talking about. Now, the next graph that we have here on the screen is the actual individual neighborhoods. It shows the individual prices for each neighborhood. So this is another one. I can't go into every single neighborhood here. So feel free to pause the video and take a look at the neighborhood that you're interested in. You can see it shows, the first column shows the median price here in 2023. It shows the number of listings that were sold. The next one's gonna show the median price from 2022, so you can see what the difference is. It shows the number of listings that were sold during that time, and you can see what the percentage change was. So like I said, feel free, go ahead, pause the video, and you can take a look at exactly what neighborhood is most important to you. So now that we've looked at Los Angeles County as a whole, and we've discussed the year-over-year numbers, let's get a little bit more granular and let's talk about what happened last month in the month of July, and we'll be discussing that in the 5 cities we discussed earlier. So let's take a look. So as we come here, you can see that since January of 2023, in the 5 different neighborhoods, which you can see the color coding right here up top, Santa Monica is purple, Culver City is blue, West Hollywood is pink, downtown LA is green, and North Hollywood is yellow. You can see here that since January, prices have remained relatively flat. We do see some fluctuations in Santa Monica, and there's a reason for that. That was actually back in February, this point over here. And there was a law that was passed at the beginning of the year that made it where homes that cost more than $5 million had to take on a 4% tax to the seller. And so a lot of people were rushing to get their homes on the market. And so that's why you see that variance right there. But for the most part, most of the prices have been relatively flat throughout this year. As of right now, Santa Monica has an average sales price of about $3.2 million. Culver City has an average sales price of about $1.5 million. West Hollywood is sitting at about $3.3 million, which is the average price of a home in that part of town. Downtown Los Angeles has an average sales price of about $559,000, and the city of Inglewood average sales price is about $840,000, right? Now, the next thing we want to look at was how many homes were for sale last month. So if we come over here, we could take a look and see that for the month of July, Santa Monica had about 97 homes that were on the market. Culver City had about 72 homes that were on the market. West Hollywood had 55 homes that were on the market. Downtown LA had about 36 homes that were on the market, and Inglewood had 41 homes that were on the market. Now, out of all the homes that were on the market in the month of July, the next thing that we're going to want to take a look at is how many of those homes actually sold. So we come over here and we look at closed sales, and we can see here that out of the 97 homes that were on the market in Santa Monica, 19 of those homes actually sold in the month of July. In Culver City, 17 homes sold. In West Hollywood, only 3 houses sold. In downtown LA, 7 homes were sold. And in Inglewood, we had 9 homes sell. So now that we know how many homes actually sold in July, the next important metric we really want to take a look at is going to be the actual monthly supply. Now, monthly supply is a very important metric because it helps you determine what the supply and demand is for any particular real estate market. So it's been said that a completely balanced market where you're not in a buyer's market and you're not in a seller's market, you're just in a balanced market, would have a monthly supply between 5 and 6 months. That just means that if every home got sold and no new homes came on the market, it would take between 5 and 6 months to sell all of those homes, right? So you know that you're in a seller's market when supply is really low. So when there's only, maybe 2 to 3 months of inventory available. And you know you're in a buyer's market when it's above 7 months of inventory. That's when you know buyers are pretty much in control of that market. So let's take a look and see where we're at for the month of July. So if you come over here and you take a look, you can see right here, Santa Monica has about 3 months of inventory. Culver City has about 5 months, so it's pretty balanced in Culver City. West Hollywood has 18 months, so we are completely in a buyer's market when it comes to West Hollywood. Downtown LA is 2 months, and so is Inglewood. So those are more of seller markets, and sellers are more in control of those markets because the inventory is so low, there's not going to be a lot to choose from. The days on market is very important for you to understand, especially if you're someone that's considering selling a home here in the Los Angeles market. You want to consider what the days on market is for your neighborhood. Then you want to consider the fact that you're going to need to add an additional 30 to 45 days for your property to make it through the escrow process. And then prior to all of that, you need to consider that it may take you several weeks or in some cases even months to prepare the property to even go onto the market. If you are someone that's considering selling your home in the Los Angeles area, I highly recommend that you hop on a Zoom call with me. We'll get on the call, we'll go over your unique situation, and we'll come up with a strategic plan that'll help you get your home sold. So let's take a look and see where we're at for the month of July in Los Angeles. Now here you can see that the average days on market in Santa Monica is about 35 days. In Culver City, it's about 14 days. So homes are still moving pretty quickly in Culver City. And West Hollywood is 84 days. Like I said, West Hollywood is definitely experiencing an extreme buyer's market right now, and homes aren't moving as fast there. So 84 days is pretty high. In downtown Los Angeles, it's about 19 days. And in Inglewood, it's about 49 days. So these help you understand how fast the inventory actually moves in these different areas, which is, like I said, a very good indicator of the strength of the real estate market. So now that we've looked at the July data, let's talk about what all of this really means for you. So if you're someone that's looking to move to Los Angeles and rent a property, then honestly, the sooner the better. As you can see from the data I showed you earlier, the prices of renting and leasing a home here in LA are going up, and they're going up month over month. And they'll probably continue to move in that direction. I've lived here my whole life, and I don't know of too many time periods where I've seen the cost of rent go down. So the faster you can get out here and secure your place, the better price that you're going to get in at. You also are going to need to consider the fact that when renting a home here in Los Angeles, on average, your rent is going to be raised between 3 and 5%. It really depends on how nice your landlord is. Now, if you're looking to purchase a condo or a single family home, then the most important thing for you to understand is that you got to know your numbers. You need to know exactly how much home you qualify for. So that means it's time for you to go ahead and have that conversation with your lender or your mortgage broker. And if you don't have one, feel free to reach out to me and I'll recommend an amazing mortgage broker for you. As I showed you based on the data we saw earlier, home prices have actually come down about 10% for single family homes compared to where they were last year. Now that only happened because interest rates went up. The advantage that you have in this current real estate market is that it's not going to be as competitive as it was when interest rates were a lot lower. Let me tell you, in 2021 and 2022, it was highly competitive. Every home that came on the market at that time was receiving between 15 to 28 offers. It was so competitive that a lot of buyers at that time were paying between $75,000 to $150,000 above the asking price. Fast forward to today's market, you're able to actually go on the market, find exactly what you're looking for, and it's not going to be as competitive. Not only that, because of the current market conditions, myself as your agent may be able to negotiate the seller to pay for some of your closing costs or help you buy down your interest rate. If you're thinking about buying a home in Los Angeles and you're waiting on the sidelines to see what interest rates are going to do, just remember, if interest rates do go back down, then prices are going to skyrocket again, and the market is going to get flooded with eager buyers that are going to make it highly competitive for you. Just focus on affordability. If you can afford the mortgage for the home that you're looking at, then pull the trigger as soon as possible. Remember, in the real estate market, waiting on the sidelines will normally cost you a ton of money. Well, that was your August 2023 real estate market update for the city of Los Angeles. If you found this video insightful, please hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell so that way every week when I release new videos, you will be notified. If you have any further questions about moving to the city of Los Angeles, look in the description below and go ahead and let's hop on a Zoom call. That way I can help you come up with a plan and a timeline so you can achieve your real estate goals here in the city of Los Angeles. That's all I got for you guys this week, and I'll see you guys in next week's video. Bye-bye.